Heavy monsoon floods and landslides in Pakistan and Pakistan-Administered Kashmir have killed at least 307 people, most of them in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. A rescue helicopter also crashed in bad weather, killing 5 crew members, while additional deaths were reported in Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. Survivors described the disaster as apocalyptic, and authorities declared disaster zones in northwestern Pakistan, with Khyber Pakhtunkhwa observing a day of mourning. The monsoon season has already proven deadlier than in past years, with scientists linking its growing intensity to climate change. The death of former Zambian President Edgar Lungu has sparked a bitter dispute between his family and the government over his burial. Lungu died in South Africa, and while a court ruled in favor of repatriating his body for a state funeral, his family is resistant, saying he wished President Hakainde Hichilema should not attend. The feud, rooted in their hostile political history, has led to emotional outbursts, delays, accusations of witchcraft, and partisan celebrations. The government insists on a state funeral at Embassy Park, while the family demands a burial on their terms, leaving the fate of Lungu's final resting place unsettled. Air Canada has suspended all flights after more than 10,000 cabin crew began a 72-hour strike over pay and working conditions, disrupting travel for about 130,000 passengers a day. The airline cancelled hundreds of flights in advance and says around 500 will be affected daily, while urging customers not to go to airports unless flying with other carriers. The union, which voted almost unanimously to strike, is demanding higher wages and pay for time spent on the ground, rejecting Air Canada's offer of a 38% compensation increase over 4 years as inadequate. The dispute has grown tense, and the airline seeking government arbitration and the union accusing it of avoiding fair negotiations, leaving the future of talks uncertain. Nearly 100 MPs have urged the UK government to urgently evacuate sick and injured children from Gaza for treatment, warning that the territory's devastated healthcare systems leave many at imminent risk of death. In a letter coordinated by Labour MP and GP Dr. Simon Offa, they called for evacuations based solely on medical need, questioned the practicality of biometric checks, and asked that families be allowed to seek asylum or resettlement after treatment. The government says a cross-party task force is accelerating plans with Medicine Sans Frontiers, but aid groups warn every delay costs lives as Gaza faces humanitarian collapse. Tens of thousands dead and famine fears amid the ongoing war. And that is all from the global scenes. Harmony Agbafo reporting for BTV News.